Last night, while you were celebrating New Year's Eve, three celestial bodies aligned in a configuration that hasn't occurred since 1912. The year the Titanic sank. The year New Mexico became a state. The year your grandparents might have looked up at this same sky. On January 1st, 2026, at precisely 1716 UTC, Earth reached perihelion, our closest point to the Sun. Simultaneously, the Moon reached perigee, its closest point to Earth, creating a supermoon. And overhead, the Quadrantid meteor shower peaked with up to 120 fireballs per hour. Three cosmic events. One night. The next time this alignment occurs, 2045. Welcome back. For those of us who remember the Apollo missions, who watched Armstrong step onto lunar dust, this alignment carries special weight. You've seen dozens of full moons. You've witnessed countless meteor showers. But you've never seen this. Here's what makes January 1st, 2026 extraordinary. The Moon was only 221,688 miles from Earth. That's 17,000 miles closer than average. Close enough that if you held up a quarter at arm's length, the Moon would appear 14% larger than normal. At the same moment, Earth was 91.4 million miles from the Sun, 3 million miles closer than we'll be in July. That's a 3% difference. But in cosmic terms, that's the difference between front row and the balcony. And slicing through this alignment, the Quadrantids, meteors traveling at 90,000 miles per hour. That's a 3% difference. Debris from asteroid 2003 A1 burning up as they hit our atmosphere. The last time this triple alignment occurred was January 4th, 1912. Let me read you the exact numbers from that night. Full moon at 1329 UTC, just 221,444 miles away. Moon reached perigee 5 minutes later. And Earth hit perihelion at 1044 UTC on January 3rd, 114 years ago. Think about what's happened since then. We've been looking at objects, from wondering if we could fly to landing robots on Mars. From calculating orbits with pencil and paper, to tracking objects in interstellar space. But the mechanics, the gravitational dance between Earth, Moon, and Sun, that hasn't changed one bit. Here's what's frustrating about January 1st, 2026. The supermoon's brilliance completely washed out the Quadrantids. Under dark skies, you might see 120 meteors per hour during the peak. Last night, maybe 10. Too close. Too overwhelming. It's the cosmic equivalent of trying to see stars in Times Square. But here's what most people miss. This alignment tells us something profound about orbital mechanics. The Moon's orbit isn't a perfect circle, it's an ellipse. Every 27.3 days, it swings from 252,000 miles away to 226,000 miles away. That's a 26,000-mile variation. Earth's orbit, also an ellipse. We swing from 91.4 million miles in January to 94.5 million miles in December. A 3 million-mile difference. These ellipses don't sync up. The Moon reaches perigee 13 times per year. Earth reaches perihelion once. For both to align with a full moon and a major meteor shower, the orbital math has to be perfect. Fred Espenak, NASA's eclipse expert, calculated these alignments going back centuries. The pattern, roughly once per century, sometimes twice. 1912-2026. Next time, 2045. Now here's something NASA didn't advertise. These close approaches create king tides, higher than normal ocean levels that can reshape beaches, flood coastal areas, cause millions in damage. The supermoon pulls on Earth's oceans with 14% more gravitational force than a normal full moon. Ask anyone living on the coast. They noticed. So here's my question for you. In 1912, people had no idea what they were witnessing. No smartphones, no NASA, no instant access to orbital mechanics. They just saw a bright moon and maybe caught a few meteors. We have the opposite problem. We know exactly what's happening. We can calculate it to the second, but did that make it more meaningful or less? Write in the comments. Did you go outside on New Year's Eve and look up? Did you see the supermoon catch any quadrantids through the glare? And here's the bigger question. The 2045 alignment will be even more precise. The moon will be 60 miles closer than it was last night, the closest supermoon since 2019. Will you be watching? Will your children? Your grandchildren? Thank you for watching. And remember, the universe operates on timescales we barely comprehend, but every so often, it lines up perfectly for one night, reminding us that we're part of something much larger than ourselves. Until next time.